Hey guys, what is up? This is Max Davis, me once again. Welcome back to the movie review, aka After I Saw. This time is going to be on Thunderbolts. This is pretty much Marvel's answer to Suicide Squad, but they did not want to go into the direction that Suicide Squad went into, instead focusing more on the Suicide Squad, because people really like that movie. Suicide Squad, without the, not so much. In this movie, the Avengers are no longer to be found whatsoever. All of them are pretty much retired, so a new gang of superheroes, anti-heroes. They're not really supposed to be heroes, but basically they're called the New Avengers, or as we call them, Thunderbolts. They even mention that they're called Thunderbolts. And of course, they have to work together because there is a villain who's supposed to be like this political woman or whatsoever, but they team up, try to save the world. You know the drill. And the star of the show is Florence Pugh, who plays Elena, who is Black Widow's younger sister. She's great in the movie. She definitely shows how much character she can bring on screen, and it focuses a lot on her and her backstory of, grief and trauma. And I really like how it does focus on those elements, even though they have been done before. And I definitely appreciate how much more serious this movie tends to go to. I mean, it definitely has the occasional humorous side of Marvel once in a while, but I generally do appreciate it for trying to bring more of that serious tone while also trying to be fun at the same time, but not trying to bring it into the emotion, just trying to make it just completely ruining it. Yeah, I went into this movie with as low expectations as possible because when it comes to the MCU nowadays, I don't really get that excited. I thought the last Captain America movie, Brave New World, I honestly forgot what even happened in that movie. As I said before, and I'll say it again, it is my least favorite in the MCU so far. So yeah, but it can't possibly get worse from there, right? I hope not. And yes, Lecter just started jumping on my lap, but yeah. David Harbour was definitely a show stealer for me, as he plays sort of like a father figure to Elena. He in my opinion was definitely the most entertaining character, and I really like how it brings these characters together. But it starts off as your titular, bickering type of gang, like I don't like you, you don't like me, blah, 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 blah. But of course, they eventually do become a squad, and I'm not really going to get into any spoiler territory whatsoever. But really though, what really worked about the movie for me was the motive that the film had, and the fact that it is a comic book film, but without having many of that, superpower type feel, because these people aren't really all that super, other than this one guy. But I really like how it doesn't really focus on trying to be another super flying, super like hammers and suits and all that. Just regular looking people trying to fend off against bad guys. Yeah, Lecter's tail is kind of distracting. I'm sorry about that. So I really like how it definitely goes into that territory of not really feeling fully like a superhero film. Now, this movie definitely has faults, and I do have quite a bit of them. For one, the villain, who is like this political type woman who wants to use these people for her power. It's very generic and very cliched and overly done. But yeah, didn't really have too much to say about that. And when it comes to the climax of the movie, it's something that many people have taken note of. How it ends, it just ends so abruptly, and that's not including the two after credit scenes, which were fine and all because it's something we all expect. I do think that the very last end credit scene lasted a little bit too long, and I didn't really feel like it was anything super special other than kind of teasing something, which is obviously something that we knew was going to happen, but I'm not really going to bring all that up. And also, while the motive to some of the characters are there, I really wish it would have fleshed them out a little bit more rather than just fully focusing on Florence Pugh, because again, she's great, but I would have been more connected with these characters had they fully fleshed them out a little bit more. But hey, that's not to say that the characters were boring. They are very entertaining. Everybody in the movie was very entertaining. Even when it does come with the forced humor, some of it, is just there pretty much, but not in a way that I thought was completely eye-rolling. It's something that I feel like most people will expect at this point because it's got to be there. It doesn't matter if it helps or it doesn't. I generally appreciate it being far more serious, though I really wish that if they were going to go for more of that route, they would have like fully gotten more deeper into that, because there really wasn't a moment where my tears were just coming out of my face like crazy. It didn't really have as much as that impact for me as the film was trying to make it out to be. But other than that, I had a fun time with the movie. It's definitely not a new masterpiece in the MCU. It's not like the next Captain America, Winter Soldier, or Civil War, or anything like that. It's just a fun time at the movies, with some moments that definitely try to make it feel more serious. The heart's there, and the characters, they're entertaining, even though I would have liked to have seen more of their motives, rather than just focusing on one specific character, because to me, I feel like that's exactly how, a group-filled superhero film should play out. In the end, guys, I had a fun time with Thunderbolts, more than I thought I would, actually. It definitely has its faults for sure, but it's something I expected. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but I did generally have fun watching it. The characters, they're spot on. Florence Pugh's great. It does have entertainment in it. And even though it has CG, it doesn't really look as horrendous as what most of the MCU has been doing nowadays. So, there's that too. In fact, there really isn't much moments involving, like, superpower, CGI effects, or all that, other than, like, in the last act. But yeah, I certainly didn't love this movie, but I did have a pleasant enough time watching it. And as always, the end credits have stated that they will return, so yeah, let's just see how this movie does. It's probably going to do well. We'll just see how it plays out, but as I watched it, I was all like, yeah, this was pretty solid. Like, it could have been far worse, but it certainly could have been far better as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the movie, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, and maybe subscribe for more. You can also follow me on Twitter, or maybe Instagram, or maybe Blue Sky. Links are in the description below. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.